Hey there, and welcome back to Tech It Easy. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're all about simplifying tech and making automation a breeze. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create your very first Zap in Zapier step by step. Trust me, it's easier than you think, and by the end of this, you'll be automating tasks like a pro. Before we dive in, a quick recap. Zapier connects your apps to automate tasks. Every automation, called a Zap, has two parts: a trigger, which is the event that starts it, and an action, which is what happens next. Got it? Awesome. Now let's quickly explore what the Zapier UI has to offer before creating a new Zap. Now that we've recapped what a Zap is, let's take a quick tour of Zapier's interface. Understanding the layout will help you navigate easily and make the most of its features. First up, the home page. This is your starting point every time you log in. The home page gives you a snapshot of your activity. Here you'll find Recent Zaps, a list of the Zaps you've worked on recently for quick access. Quick start options, you can jump into creating a new Zap or browse popular templates. Helpful resources, links to tutorials, help docs, and sometimes personalized suggestions based on your usage. Next, let's check out the Discover page. This section is your gateway to inspiration. Explore pre-built templates for popular workflows. Browse top integrations based on your favorite apps. Use the search bar to find templates tailored to your needs. If you're ever stuck, the Discover page is a great place to get started. Now, onto the Zaps tab. This is your hub for managing all your workflows. See a list of all your active, inactive, and draft Zaps. Quickly identify Zaps that might need attention with the status indicators. And of course, the Create button is right here for creating something new. Let's move on to the next item in the menu, the Tables section. Zapier isn't just about automating workflows, it also offers tools to organize and interact with your data. Think of this as a lightweight database for storing and managing data directly within Zapier. Perfect for keeping track of information that feeds into your automations. Interfaces is where you can build website templates or forms. These can then be integrated with an existing website of yours or your customers. And that's the Zapier UI in a nutshell. Remember, the home page keeps you oriented. Discover inspires your workflows. Zaps helps you manage automations. And Tables helps you store data. And Interfaces helps you build UIs. In the next section, we'll dive into creating your very first Zap. All right, let's dive right in. For this session, we will use the same example that we used in our previous video. You want to automate the new attachment notification flow. First up, click on the Create button, like so, and click Zaps. You are now at the new Zap page. Here you'll notice Zapier has added a new AI feature to help you create your new automation. Go ahead and type in what it is that you want to achieve using this automation. Whenever a new email is received in Gmail, the attachment from this email should be uploaded to Google Drive, and my team should be notified via Slack. Now let's click on the Send button. The AI will now process your input and recommend the trigger and actions you'll need. There you go. It has recommended one trigger and two actions: Gmail, Google Drive, and Slack. You can directly add them to your workflow using this button, or you can add them individually. Let's go ahead and add the recommendations to our workflow by clicking on this button. Done. All right, let's go ahead and set up our trigger. This involves 3 steps: setup, configure, and test, and is common for both the trigger and the actions. Now, under Setup, I have selected Gmail as the app, as this is where we will receive the new emails, and hence the trigger event is New Email. If you click on the drop-down, it will show you the other available options, like New Attachment, Search Filter, etc. For now, we'll simply go with what was recommended by the Copilot. My Gmail account is already configured here. This is a simple step which will need you to authenticate your Gmail account. Let's continue. Under the Configure section, we only have one drop-down, where I will select Inbox, as this is where I expect to receive my new emails. Let's move on. Now, under test, it is showing that your Gmail is configured to Zapier, but we still have to test if this linkage was successful. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, it has come back fetching the last 4 emails from the inbox, which means that the connection was successful. I've also selected the one which has an email attachment. If you click on it, it will show you the email's metadata. By selecting this email, we are letting Zapier know that this email and its contents will be used as reference to configure further steps. Now, let's move on to the next step in the workflow, which is to save the attachment. For this step, the app is already selected as Google Drive. The action event is also pre-selected as Upload File. In the dropdown again, it shows multiple other options, but we will stick to Upload File since that's what we want to do. The account is also set to my Google Drive configuration. So let's continue to the Configure page. Here, the only mandatory field is File. This will be the attachment from the email. We can also take the help of AI to fill this for us. Easy. Now let's go and test to see if it all works. It moved on automatically to the next step. But let's go back and see what happened. And there's your success message. The attachment was sent to the Google Drive. Let's move on to the final step in the flow, sending a notification via Slack. Okay, now we are in Setup. The app is pre-selected. The action event is pre-selected and the account is also pre-configured. All good. Let's go and configure this step. Have you noticed how each configure screen is differently configured based on the app? First, we select the channel to which we want to send the message. Next, let's type in a default message. You can also add fields from the email to this message and make it more useful, like the from address. Let's append the message to do this. Leave the rest of the fields as it is and click Continue. Click Test Step to test if the message is pushed to Slack. And there you go. The message was successfully sent to Slack. Congratulations, you've just created your first Zap. The final step is to publish your Zap. This makes the Zap live and look out for a new email to trigger the flow. Just click the Publish button as shown here and your Zap will be live. From now on, Zapier will handle this workflow for you. No manual intervention required. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips. Start small. Create simple Zaps to get the hang of it. Test often. Always run a test before activating your Zap. Explore templates. Zapier has tons of ready-made Zaps to save you time. And there you have it. Your first Zap is up and running. If this tutorial helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Tech It Easy for more automation tips. Got questions or ideas? Drop them in the comments below and I'll see you in the next one. Keep automating and Tech It Easy.